Fiend wanted to do us that kindness, but instead Fiend, he's playing the character pick. This is the Fiend skin at this point, so not overly surprised to see him on it.
So you asked before about jaguars and snakes versus panda. We answered that question. But what about skeletal cats?
Well, you do have like undead advantage, but he is the dragon warrior, so I don't know. Again, it's going to be a mystery. So far, it looks like pandas have been beating a lot of other animals, especially like the feline kind.
Has the type advantage and certainly the damage advantage right now. Another pogo, a beautiful dodge read for the turnaround signature, and Power Ranger just seems to have every answer in the book.
Good dodges from Fiend. Oh! Went for the outside recovery, but opted for the nair, was hoping for the touch into the chase dodge instead of going for just like the straight dare for the wall. Didn't quite work out for him, and Power Ranger getting so much damage built up. Things are looking nice for Power Ranger.
Ooh, again, looking for the turnaround dodge read, but this time Fiend going up and out. See Power Ranger, he hit that side light into nothing. That was data collection. He's like, all right, you escaped the last one. What's your tendency starting to flip towards? I want to go for maximum punish on my next one.
He straight up cold called Fiend's phone number, left a voicemail and everything, said, we're calling about your extended warranty.
Right now, it looks like Fiend pressing the advantage. Has the weapon advantage, stage advantage. He's ready to take out Power Ranger.
Okay.
There it is, but man, so much extra credit built for Power Ranger.
Fiend going to be sticking with the sword on this one. Power Ranger looking a little awkward, so I think Fiend's going to give him the respect. Yeah, Power Ranger looking like he's having some connection issues. Fiend taking the time to steal weapons out, though.
Yeah, looks like he'll be coming back in. I'm sure they'll do their usual, your favorite emote, pick it, just to be like, hey, that's the sign. Nice little thumbs up. We're ready.
Yeah. Like, all right, let's get back into it. Power Ranger still maintaining that damage lead over Fiend. Doesn't get the NSIG read, the dodge through from Power Ranger.
Uh-oh.
Can he maintain it?
Starting to dwindle.
Running out. Oh,
that was the dodge.
Saw the sweat beads disappear just long enough for him to be like, all right, dodge, wall touch, and we're good.
Ooh, goes for the uppercut, but Fiend just dodging right away. Just using his movement to dip out of that line.
Dodge. Power Ranger giving a little respect to Fiend. You're not seeing him commit straight in for these sidelight recovery, try to get the knockout instead. He's like, I know if I do something too risky, Fiend is going to be able to add up some damage here. Good dodges.
Yeah, there were a lot of neutral signatures thrown out right there. Oh, but the side air, that's enough to get the job done. Tons of damage built. And now Power Ranger, you see him warming up with those ledge cancel dashes.
Got to practice that movement while you can. Pick up from Power Ranger.
Oh my gosh, baited with the movement. That was a shimmy.
Fiend his ankles are breaking and they're going all the way up to the knees. Like his whole legs are going to take at least a year to recover at this point. Goes for the ground pound, doesn't hit it. Does get a nice recovery, but he needs the stock, and the ground pound was the thing that would have gotten it.
Oh, big punish. Ah, it doesn't get the jump for the side air. Manages to convert it into a ground pound instead.
Weapon toss will connect. Fiend on the back foot is going to have to play a perfect stock. Otherwise, this is going to go the way of Power Ranger.
Power Ranger looking for those typical setups, either the side light or the neutral air. He wants to convert into any of the strong options. There's the recovery, not yet enough to do it. Needs just a little bit more damage.
Fiend cannot afford another recovery. Power Ranger weapon control. A side air could do it for him, and he knows it. This time it's the recovery. Power Ranger takes game number 1.
All right, you said you were a little uncertain of how this one was going to go for Fiend. What does he need to change to turn this set back around?
I am not a fan of Fiend. But
are you thinking Thatch Boys or Nash Boys?
I think basically anything other than these. Isuri is just, it's looking a little awkward. Like, he has those moments where his guitars will get those dash and dodge reads, and like the ground pound chase dodge nair is really, really nice. But other than that, it's not looking like the things that I usually see from other Isuris out there. Instead, I think he has a lot of success if he leaned a little bit more into the sword or into like guitars and an axe where he has a different backup weapon. But at the end of the day, whatever the player is most comfortable with, that's what I think.
Well, he believes in the Isuri. He's locked it in for game number 2. This is a best 3 out of 5, so he's got enough runway to try and change up the gameplay instead.
Well, he is going to try to do exactly that, as small Brawlhaven is going to be the pick. This usually works out pretty nice for the Isuri out there because they can get that quick knockout with a good down sig read. On the other side, though, I think Power Ranger is just looking for an N-Sig read. An N-Sig read on this map in the right spot feels very early.
All right, first weapon went the way of Fiend and just, oh man, makes Power Ranger pay for just picking up the spear.
Dodge down to avoid the downlight follow-up. Ooh, went for a really interesting N-Sig there, and Power Ranger with the adjust. He saw that Fiend dodge down the first time. He's like, all right, now I'll punish you for doing it a second time.
Ooh, the ground pound on stage to claim the advantage over Fiend.
Oh.
And the side signature just as he peeks around the corner. This is a huge lead for Power Ranger.
The micro adjustments in the moment from Power Ranger are so incredible. Just a moment ago, saw Fiend reach up a little too high with that nair, and he's like, all right, do it again, and I'm going to punish you for it. Did immediately with the side sig. Like, Power Ranger is so quick on the adjustments.
Yeah, I mean, that's the danger. You know, you've got the long set, you've got the 3 out of 5 here, so that way you can make those adjustments, but if your opponent is just adjusting right back a little bit faster than you can, that's a scary thing.
Power Ranger is looking so incredibly good. D-Light's air. In trouble. Fiend about to get lapped in the damage department. Dodges over the side sig. He needs this stock so badly.
Power Ranger trying to find his way back up on the corner. You see the exclamation points coming out. If he hits the 3, then his jumps will not restore on wall touch. Manages to get the pogo, and now it's a 2-stock lead for Power Ranger.
Yeah, Power Ranger looking real nice right now. Fiend not able to pick up the recovery. Go for it there. Power Ranger with the punish on the whiffed Sair. Power Ranger just adding more and more damage up. He is about to 3-stock Fiend. Woo! One more hit. Oh, went for the Sair. Wouldn't have been the knockout tool, but there's the down
man.
Stops the 3-stock and gets his little celebration, but Fiend is in a very bad spot right now.
Yeah, Power Ranger was looking at that umbrella weapon toss that he had, and he's like, my gauntlets are coming back. Excellent. And Fiend just reminded him the gauntlets don't have as big of a hitbox as the tossed spear. Able to sneak in, get that signature, but man, this is a hill to climb. Fiend falling back down it. Power Ranger up another game. It's now 2-0 in the set.
Power Ranger is 1 game away from continuing on, getting a guaranteed top 3, much to Sparky's delight, and going into a match against Ackerman. This would be really nice for Power Ranger.
Man, so everybody in chat, give Fiend your energy. I know Duke's looking for it here. He doesn't want Sparky to gloat. You don't want that kind of tweet on the timeline.
Yeah, I like being more right than I think that's safe. Okay? But it's gonna take a lot for Fiend. I think that's fair to say as well. Is that Fiend is really struggling as Power Ranger. Like I said, he's been making really good adjustments. Been making really good change-ups. Just those slight little tweaks to make it so that he can get through. And it looks like Fiend's gonna go to the level 100 Hattori for game number 3.
Ooh, man, that is a lot of expertise on that character. Longtime player, used it in tournaments, used it in ranked. That is just familiarity to the max.
Yeah, this is Not often associated with Fiend, but it's definitely a classic, is this Hattori. And we'll see how well it works out. I like it in particular, not just because it's something different and the Asuri wasn't working, but because it's different in a way that I was describing. It's leaning more into that sword and that spear, that range game, and going away from the guitars. But Power Ranger, a little bit of connection issues, you're going to try to reset this one.
All right, and I just want to highlight some of the stats that production was giving us there. For Power Ranger, 56 average damage per engagement with a 54% accuracy on light attacks. Absolutely ridiculous. And I think a lot of that is coming on the back of Power Rangers' movement. It's a lot of what we've seen from the other competitors that are making it this far into the top 8, where, you know, they're able to bait out, play the shimmy footsie range, and it's just the quick turnarounds that you really don't expect. So using everything except for your dodge to evade around anything that they're going to try and counter poke you with and sneak in your own offense.
Yeah, he's definitely doing really good. I mean, I think those numbers in the last game are going to be inflated a little bit just because of how hard he popped off at the start of that last one. Like, he was ready to take a 3-stock, and if he had an extra recovery in the pocket, then he definitely would have. But all things considered, we're here in game number 3. Fiend versus Power Ranger, and Fiend has to win the next 3 games in a row in order to knock Power Ranger into the lower bracket.
So is it all going to start here on Demon Island? The walls are so incredibly short, and Hattori has some really great spiking options.
Yeah, good N-Sig read from Fiend. There he goes for it, but Power Ranger stays low, knows that's the Hattori classic. Fiend does have a little bit of map advantage on the Demon Bride on Demon Island, but Power Ranger is doing good. Just needs another hit, and the side sig will do it.
Man, well, for those of you that are lore buffs out there, we all know what happened to Hattori's husband. So looking like the Dragon Warrior might send her the same way.
Oof. Side light not going to connect for Power Ranger. Fiend trying to max range the side sig, did not get the hit, and again, Power Ranger about to lap, about to supersede Fiend. Light side air, not enough, and there's horizontal movement in the gauntlets. Stout has to dip low.
Now just trying to jockey for position, looking for that recovery. It's the falling side air that does it instead. Fiend, how's he going to set up for this fresh stock to try and up that damage per engagement? Yeah, Power Ranger just went wide off stage to try and get the next weapon spawn to pop.
But it looks like he's playing. Didn't even see like a break where Fiend disengaged or anything like that. Instead, looks like they're trying to just play it out here. Was a little awkward for a moment there, but Power Ranger is responding with attacks.
Oh, falling side air. There's the weapon toss. Forces Fiend low. Just manages to tap the wall. Power Ranger looking at the corner.
Neutralite should do it. Yep, just great spacing there. Knew Fiend was going to try to fight his way up with that jumping side air, and he was like, I'm in the perfect spot to outspace it and punish.
Yeah, those ground attacks certainly going to be going off with quicker startup than any of the air.
Air side air, not quite enough. Again, struggling to finish these stocks off. The weapon toss will do it. The harpoon from Fiend.
All right, so now once again the weapon advantage, but Power Ranger forcing Fiend off stage. That was a bully moment.
Yeah, really just throwing that health around. Hit him with the sidelight and walked forward. Oh, that was a dodge from Fiend, and Power Ranger going to capitalize.
Slight damage advantage for Power Ranger. Punish. This is getting tense. I feel for Fiend. He's got to find something to turn this around, some crazy offstage play. But Power Ranger, every time that he's coming back to stage, you see those sweat drops, and he covers himself so well with the weapon toss, and Fiend hasn't been able to dodge it.
One more ground pound, and Fiend is out. The pogo, a little delayed, will bounce off the stage. Fiend reaching with the side light. He needs more damage on the Power Ranger. That's not even going to put him close to the off screen. The side air And Power Ranger will 3-0 Fiend, guaranteeing a top 3 finish.
Man, so that sets up winner's final is going to be Kinda Ackerman versus Power Ranger. I don't think anybody saw that coming. If there were fantasy brackets going around, people were expecting anything, this was not it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that this looks really nice for Sparky because it guarantees that Power Ranger is going to be in the top 3. And basically what he's hoping for is like Power Ranger beats Kinda Ackerman, Lopez does that lower bracket run and gets up top and just kind of bunk the fact that Wes isn't going to be in that top 3. But at the end of the day, I don't think anyone expected this, like you said.
No.
I think it's really